All right, here we go. Um, Leading up to this video, I felt pressure to try to improve, try to make this better. I felt called, even in the direction of like, should I try to make these things perfect? If you notice, I misspoke a couple times in the last video, and I really think that that's the coolest part, like to, just let those be in there because um, there's gonna be times where I'm gonna screw up in life, and how you deal with that is really important. But while I was at the skate park yesterday, still buzzing over that. That was really neat to meet those guys. But I didn't really talk much about labels. I just kind of mentioned it. And one thing I would like to mention again is the labels that you set for yourself. I feel like a lot of times we're actually limiting in our life what maybe God has planned for you, by putting yourself in a box saying that you're not good at something, or that you suck at something, or that I'm not that type of person. Or just to give you an example, personal example, reading. Anyone who knows and have heard me read, uh, hopefully they've seen a great improvement in that. But when I moved to Alabama in the 7th grade, I joke and say that I pretty much moved here with a higher reading level than when I graduated high school. And that may be partially true, but what I do know is that I have myself in a box all throughout high school, past that, into college, to where I would say that I sucked at reading and I was terrible at it. I'm not a reader. There's a lot of other ways that you can take in content these days, but reading was definitely not one for me. And with that, um, it became one of those things where I would stray away from reading because it was hard. Um, Now, it wasn't that I didn't know the basic principles of reading, but I kind of was having trouble tracking the page and then dropping down a line and tracking the page and dropping down a line. I know that sounds kind of silly, but that's where I found my biggest mistakes, is I was kind of getting ahead of myself, and I would assume words. I would see the first 3 letters of a word and just assume what it was. And maybe a form of dyslexia, I'm not really sure, but I know that I've gotten much better at reading. God's put that in my life, and I'm so thankful for that. It's wild to think that I've gotten better at reading just by reading the Bible and trying to take some time to do that. Um, and then reading in front of others has always been a big pressure of mine. I really don't have any problem talking in front of others, obviously, but the reading part was a big struggle for me. And when I realized and took a step back, was like, hold on, wait a second. I'm going into reading thinking that I'm terrible at it, versus, hey, I may not be very good at reading right now, but I'm getting a little bit better. So, applying that mindset to whatever you're dealing with. And I know for a fact that God can reveal great things from your weaknesses, and He can actually turn your weaknesses into your strengths. Also, when you feel like you're spent and you don't have any more left to give, you can then ask for more, for your cup to overflow. For me, that's been energy. That's been, a lack of sleep, or a hard day's work, or certain tasks in my life that I don't necessarily want to do, like wash the dishes. I can then give those up and ask for the strength to do so. So that's been really cool, and I just wanted to share that with y'all. Hope you've had a great day, and there will be some more links in the bio. Don't skip over them. Kane Ward and Logan Popwell are 2 awesome wakeboarders, and they live out their testimony in not limiting themselves and believing in themselves 100% when they're on the wakeboard. It's been cool to see how that really shapes them in life, being young men growing up to be young adults. So check that out, and yeah, stoked to share with y'all. Have a great day.